I got this little piece I have to put on my car. Apparently, the gas goes through here and does something, and then the starter will start the engine. Now, you would think that the uh, gas and stuff has something to do with the starter. Well, if you look at it, the starter is really a standalone system. All right, so this piece is it's to repair, and I knew a little before it got cold outside, I needed to replace that. That's why it's in the car. But it's an old car. I'm used to it eventually just starting. So I procrastinated, and here we are in the freezing cold. But she will start. Oh boy. So excuse my cigarette, and kudos to this guy we call the general. I'm drinking my nutrients and stuff like that. My routine is to go out and stop and get a coffee. If you're a veteran, some places you get your coffee for free. I did not know that. When you get used to getting a free cup of coffee, they call it a complimentary cup. You get used to going that place and you make that part of your routine so you can get a free cup of coffee. You probably get your gas there and your beer there if you still drink. So you spend a lot of money in there. So I can understand giving you a cup of coffee, especially if you are on a crew or if you have a uh, side hustle where you go out every day. Okay. Oh boy, that feels good. So, thanks, General. If you're, I want to tag you in this, I guess, for teaching me about the minerals, minerals and nutrients and stuff, which is the reason why at my age I'm able to come out here in this particular weather because my vitamins has all this. My body has all the vitamins, nutrients, and supplements in here. All right, I have a bunch of them, but you get fancy along the line. You try to put it in smoothies and stuff like that there, and then you got to wait for your fruits and vegetables, and then you see YouTube test what's wrong with the fruits and vegetables and stuff like that there. So you kind of fall off the smoothie routine. But just to make a long story short, just take a handful. I mean, just take a little teaspoon. Usually, a little cup thing will come in something, and you just take a dab of that, put it in some hot water. So it's like turmeric and the kind of stuff that's in here, and just drink it. It's all the stuff that we do with the smoothies and stuff like that. There, I have to tell you, those are very effective commercials that make you try it. When it's going to end up coming back down to what you had in the first place, I mean, dip a couple of tea bags in here or something like that there, but what's the point if you don't have like a flavor tea? So they tell you try black tea, try Earl Grey tea and stuff like that. That's all. Those are all commercials, and all you really need is hot water. Okay, put a scoop of that stuff in there and just drink it. You're not going to the prom. Okay, so the reason why I'm going to do the live is because I know it's going to start, and I'm going to be down the road a piece. You know, to my little side hustle here. Okay, like for example, I'm gonna turn it into start now. Oh well, maybe not, but my daughter taught me a little spiritual trick. If you're having problems with your car starting, is the door open, or do you have one foot on the ground or something? So spiritually, you're telling yourself you're not going anywhere. So she told me when I couldn't get it to start one day, she said, close the door, Dad, and act like you're going. I'm like, oh, okay. And sure enough, I did that, and it started. And as usual, I'm in a precarious place, but I try not to go down places that are too narrow, because it's an older car. And you're going to find, even if you have a newer car, there are going to be problems with them, and they're going to need to be towed. So you're darned if you do, and if you're darned if you don't. But the most important thing spiritually is you're using it, trying it, see where it fits in, and then when that situation comes up again, then you apply that spiritual lesson on it. That's all. There's going to be plenty of them. Don't worry if you missed a couple. They do repeat. Okay, so I know it's kind of early, but that's when I do my best work. So I want to ask if you subscribe to my channel, I'll subscribe to yours. And if we take this as a principle, everybody should have 1,000 subscribers. The commercial took over. The commercialism took over. Because I'll tell you what, you can't watch a YouTube video now without seeing a commercial. Some of them you can. Like a live video. I've watched a couple of live videos and they got ways of getting commercials in there. So I'm kind of falling back off of YouTube because the reason why I went to it was because it didn't have commercials. Then they tricked you and said, okay, why don't you monetize your channel and you can make a couple of bucks. And the next thing you know, the advertisers took over. So they're very subtle. On how they do their thing. Come on, babe. Just let some gas get in there. And once that gas hits the fuel pump or whatever, so eventually the gas coming through your fuel pump is like stopping like right here. So you need it to go all the way through. So that's essentially what you're looking at. It's causing you all these problems. So I thought about the secure party creditor process. So what I want to do, and you can look at this later at your leisure, is I'm going to give you Secure Party Creditor 101 for dummies. And it doesn't take that long to explain because you've been living it. You're just not making the spiritual connection. And in your mind, you're so monetized and commercialized. You're really missing something that's really easy and it's right in your face. And the most important thing is you've already lived it. You've been living it all your life. And here's what the Bible says. Train up the child in the way. For the sake of this example, let's say the way you are living and have always been living is a secured party creditor. All right? Your mom would go out and buy you school clothes, and she would give you lunch money. All right? And you would benefit from being in that family. All right? So look at the secure party creditor as your family. All right? Now we're going to find out who you are in that family. You're either the youngest, the oldest, or whatever, but you get benefits from being in that family. All right? So this is what a secure party creditor is. Now, the parent doesn't give everybody the same benefit. Okay? This is why people feel bad when the baby gets away with stuff. And you know full well that your mama would have beat your butt for. You would have got the benefit of being the troublemaker in that situation. So the parent decides who gets the benefit in that family situation. That's all. All right, or the remedy for the problem. That's what these types of names are. Okay? I know this is kind of a tough subject, but if you get your mind on it, it'll go right. You'll see it. You are right there. And the problem is the paperwork. Now, when you go to school, you never fill out any paperwork. The only paperwork you fill out is maybe the assignments or something like that there. Okay? Then you come back home with a piece of paper. It's a test. All right? And you give it to your mom. And that test has a score on it of a D. What kind of benefit do you think that you're going to be in that? What kind of benefit do you think you're going to get from that paper? You came home with a D. Now she's been buying you Nikes, your benefit, your benefit from being in the family, and you come home with a D. So you're going to have to get a remedy, okay? And that remedy comes from the parent. And the parent's goal is to get you to go back to making B's and C's. Because if you went down to a D, you're a smart guy. You know your family got the smart gene. Uh, there really isn't any reason for you to be making a D unless it's in algebra. Hello. Okay, so all right, so uh, here comes the remedy. You are going to say, I can't wait until I turn 18 and I can get out of here. Trust me. If it were possible, your parents will let you go at 17. You know what I'm saying? Mine did. I went into the service like around my birth date, so they let me in. Okay? So it happens. These are real things. Now, if you break something, baseball through a window, the parent has to pay for it. The parent is what they call the TDA account. When you're in that family, everything you benefit from comes from the flow of the money into the parent. You don't got no money. Okay? So the parent now look at the TDA account as the parent. Look at yourself as the beneficiary. That account has a name. So when you turn 17 or 18, all right, now you're on your own. Now you become the TDA account. And wherever you get your money from, you benefit from that. So your parents are no longer your TDA. You have what they call reach the age of majority. The age of majority means now you're going to go and buy your own car. You're going to benefit from your uh, your assets or whatever you come up with. You are the beneficiary for it, and anything you have got your name on it. Okay. So now you are the Paramount Security interest holder. So if you look at it like that, all it means is you are the parent now. You direct the TDA account. So the TDA account has unlimited amount of money. All you have to do is learn how to sign for it. Okay? If you have credit and if you're overdrafting your credit or whatever you're doing as a beneficiary for that account, all you had to do is sign for it. If you don't sign for it, they're not going to overdraft your account. Okay? All right. So now Paramount Security Interest Holder 101, or you can call it for dummies or whatever. The reason why it takes you so long to make that connection is because when you turned the age of majority, 17 for some, 18 for the other, nobody really explained. What they told you was, all right, go out and get a job and pay your own bills. So fortunately for you, you had more of a motivation to move out than just don't want to hear your parents anymore. Because the first thing you're going to do is what they call couch surfing, because you're not going to be able to rent anywhere unless you happen to know somebody, or you and a bunch of guys do like the immigrants do and all stay in the same place. Let me know how that's working for you. All right, they look like they don't have any problems. You walk past and not listening to immigrant music all loud or anything like that there, but they got a lot of issues. For example, somebody is not stepping up to the plate using their TDA account and paying their part of the bill. This is what is known as, one of the terms you'll learn for the bill is a true bill. What is it actually costing you? All right. So what you're going to try to learn to do is take the money that you're making and benefit from it, and you're going to benefit from some of the money that is set aside for you. So you may not know this. So, for example, for a long time in your adulthood, you're going to be borrowing money from your parents. Just forget it. Okay. I'm an adult. I can go and get my own money until you need some Pampers, and you just don't have the money, and you don't get paid till Friday. Well, where do you think you're going to get the money from? Your TDA account or your parent. So look at the TDA account is the parent. That's where the money's coming from. Now you are the TDA account. That's all it is. You don't have to see it. You never saw where the money was coming from, because when you were growing up, your parents always had to say, "Money don't grow on trees." Okay, that's why at some point that they let you know that Santa Claus ain't real. I'm the one I'm paying for this stuff. Okay, so you're trying to help that uh, age of the majority person uh, understand that money is coming from somewhere. Okay, so you could still get Christmas gifts and stuff, either from friends. That's why people celebrate these holidays, because it's their way of getting something that they didn't actually pay for and benefit from it. Okay, so that is what a security interest. That is what a security interest party holder is, whatever they're calling it. That's what that is. Is you? It's what you sign for and where the money comes from. You've been doing it all your life. If you get a credit card, they give you the money. You buy something, and then it's odd. They still ask you to pay the money back. I mean, well, they just came up with the money or whatever. Why do they want the money back? Because it's a scam. And all the banks and mortgage companies do is go get the money from your TDA account. They do it all by computer now, so it's not like somebody's trudging through the snow to go get your TDA money. Now, they do it all electronically. So once you reach the age of the majority, you learn that money don't grow on trees. All right. Oh, that's where the money comes from. It comes from your TDA account. Now you're going to have to let them know, hey, I want to benefit from that account. They're like, okay, sure. Uh, how do we know it's you? Anything you do with your uh, account online, sometimes they have a two-step verification. So with the becoming the age of the majority, they want to know, well, who else knows that you have reached the age of the majority? In theory, you could tell them, oh, well, my mom and them, I don't live there anymore. So the way that they determine that you have reached the age of the majority is you got an address, you got bills. It's just that simple. So you do it all the time. It's like but you just don't have the right knowledge. I like to listen to Tazadak Kahan. I don't know how he's been doing this for years, telling people the same thing. He came up with packages. He and all the packages is uh, two-step verification. That's all it is. And you're going to find out that as an adult, on almost every application you fill out, credit card, signing for a car, you put down the same information. It's the same. Don't get overwhelmed with the amount of paper there is. All right, the amount of paper is just uh, second party or two phase verification. That's all it is. You put down the same information on every form. They don't really help you whenever you come out on your own because they fill out the paperwork for you. So you don't really get a chance to see exactly what you're doing. And then they hand you a packet and ask you, okay, do you understand this? It's kind of like if you want to get on an app, you got to read the privacy policy and stuff like that. The reason why people don't really read it, it's not because it's lengthy. It's telling you the same thing. All privacy policies say the same thing. Okay, the only difference in it is the name of the company or whatever. Oh, it's getting a little cold on here. Come on, car. My tea's getting a little bit chilly. And I haven't had my first coffee of the day yet. Holy moly. But I got a cool landlord. They do a food bank in our area. And for some reason or another, he just started calling me. And every week they have it. He'll call me and be like, hey, the doors are open. So what he has done, if I didn't have a car or one time my rear end fell off. You know how long it takes to fix that. And it really doesn't take long. It can be fixed in a day or two, but you got to come up with the money for it. Holy moly. So we call that being a secure party creditor is everybody is $500 worth of an emergency or a paycheck away from bankruptcy, or we call it putting out fires. So when my rear end went out, I had another fire that I was trying to work on. So I had to wait till I got that fire out, and then I could start working on my rear end. And I just paid Raw Peter to pay Paul. That's what those types of things mean, young person. So whatever you find yourself in as an adult, you're going to be paying money. This is what they call liability. You are the liability for that car. If you break it, you fix it. But you get the benefit of driving it. So what the commercial guys did, they're like, hey, let's get them to pay tax on it. They did the same thing with the homes. What the orange man is trying to do in his way, it's actually brilliant, but we listen to either the parts that make you like him or you listen to the parts that make you hate him. And most of what we hear and have our impressions of him is he generally isn't coming across as a bad guy. But the Bible says that the Spirit of God will not dwell with the man always because his heart is wicked. But you shall be given 120 years of life. So however old you are, you can live to be 120. You want to live to be the age of 120, being saved. I don't know how people make it 100. I mean, you're going to live 120 years old. So it's possible to live 120 years old and not be saved. Okay? But if you get saved, you get the benefit of getting saved by, or to, or for Jesus Christ. Now you get the benefit from that name. That's all it is. So whenever something happens, you can just say Jesus. We call him Yahusha. That's all it is. It's the same spirit. I don't know what people did it, how people do it with different religions, but in a foxhole, there are no non-believers. It doesn't matter how you believe, what your religion is. You're either going to get blowed up in that foxhole or you're going to get up out of that foxhole and find another defensive position. Just look at it like that. I mean, either way you go, if you survive it, you're going to say, thank God, in your language. That's all it is. Now, here's the benefit to being saved. You are placed in a bucket called, or you're placed in a bucket, and now you are considered called. All right. So whatever you're doing in there in your called status, you want to get higher. I mean, you want to do better. So you want to become what is known as chosen. You got saved. Now you get the benefit of being called. The benefit of being called is when someone needs to be chosen for something, you want to pick someone who is called to do it. Because the person that's called, if you're in the military, they're going to be training. They're going to learn about, shooting and falling and rolling. I actually jumped off of a roof once and didn't break a bone. It was something, some little kid threw a ball up on the roof and it just wasn't coming down. And I just happened to be a beneficiary of that family. So I was the liability to go up there and get that ball. Hello. Okay. So because I was called, that meant I was trained. So when you're being called, I was trained on how to climb up a roof. I could get up on a roof anywhere. Okay. And get to the top and jump down and don't break anything. Okay. So that's the benefit of being called. You're being called into military service. All right. It's the same thing when they call you to court. They're doing the exact same thing. The same thing. Name, address, same information is on it. But the problem is their advertisers had them write this summons in such a way that you are the liability for it. You're the one who has to go up and climb on the roof and get that ball. That's all. So look at yourself. Look at some of the things that you've done that you may not have figured out that you were capable of doing or anything like that there. Okay? Like a mom, she knows that if somebody runs over her baby, she's going to pick up that car and get that baby from under the car. Where did the strength come from? Okay. She learned that she can do that because she was called to be the parent. And one of the things you learn being a parent is you are the liability if that child gets into something. If they break a window, you understand that part of the liability. All right. So what the court does is they word this document in such a way that you come in as either the defendant or the pro se litigant. That's all they did. That's all they did. So if you are a pro se or the defendant, that is your status. So since you are called to become a secure party creditor, you're going to have to show them either by action or by documents. Some people try to use documents. I don't know. All documents do is that they cause an argument. Well, what does this part mean? Or what does this part mean? So you just go in there with the understanding, hey, I'm coming in. The Kahan calls it, I'm going to make a special appearance. I'm not coming in there as a defendant or as a pro se. Because if I'm doing any of those, they're going to automatically assume that they can use my TDA account. Because all crimes are commercial. And nobody in jail is paying any fines. They may be accumulating them, but so what the jail people do is they take that charge from the district attorney and access your TDA account. And they'll put you in jail and pay for everything. Okay. And then like the mortgage company, when you come out, they'd be like, hey, you owe us this money, but you don't. It's already paid. All right. That's if you take the status of defendant or pro se. That charge paid for whatever happens to you. But like the mortgage company, they're going to try to get you to pay them. Again, they already got the money. Just remember, if you're in jail, you're not paying anything. Well, we'll wait. What kind of business model is that? It's a better business model that they go ahead and charge you. All right, because you are the defendant. That's the defendant's TDA account. It's better that they charge that and get the money today, and then whenever you come out, I mean, they don't really care. There's too many people out here. They're not running around following you down and chasing you down to get that money. Number one, it's not that big a deal because they already been paid. The incentive is for them to get you to pay them again. Okay, that's it. So that's what that means. So I'll just give you a little bit. I don't want to um, overwhelm you because that's what happened to me when I tried to become a security interest partner. We used to call it secure party creditor. Next, a group of people were going to call it something else. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I got a comment on here. Got to get my glasses. This thing ain't starting. I'm going to do a prayer. I'm going to put the Holy Spirit on the spot. Holy Spirit, start my car. He must be on a lunch break. All right, let's get my glasses. They're over here. I usually hang them around my collar. Okay. Hey, how? Dominique, kudos and peace be unto you. Shells Rooney. We don't have snow like places that have snow. If you watch the news, there's places where you get on the highway, you're taking your life in your hands. But it's the kind of cold where a little bit gets down and it just sits there all day. So it's not really. Come on, Holy Spirit. No, we put you on the spot. If this car don't start, if people are going to start to wonder if you're saved, can you ever be unsaved? So hey, I'm not like people. I'm not tempting the Lord, but I will ask for some. I'm not trying to tempt the Lord, my God, but I will ask for some help. So, yeah. If it's hot where you are, I've been hot and I've been cold. Hot is better, but it just seems to cost more. Unless you live in an area like Hawaii, it's the heat is free, but everything else costs you through the wazoo. Hello. So no matter what you hear, if you go to other places, MZ Globe, it may be expensive, but the Most High will. Oh no, I'm in Northeast. It's close. It's close to Antarctica or the North Pole or whatever. If I wanted to, I could tell you like Sarah Palin. I could look up my backyard and see Russia. All right, but that's another topic for another day. To be fair, this does do this to me every once in a while. All I got to do is replace this part, and I won't have that problem. But since it's been working with the problem, I do it anyway. Okay, so that's my story. If you don't understand what being a secure party creditor is, and you've been living it all your life, then you haven't reached what they call the age of majority. You have become what they call emancipated. Okay, but you haven't reached the age of majority yet. So that's what you want to become: a paramount security interest holder. You want to figure out what the courts are doing with you, with these terms, defend it, and pro se, and you want to stand on your understanding that you're neither one of those. You are a sovereign. So what the commercialists decided to do was make the term sovereign a conspiracy theorist, and they may call you. This doesn't have anything to do with paramount security interest holder, but what they may do is say, "Oh, you're one of those sovereign citizens," and since you haven't actually reached the paramount security interest holder, um, they kind of make fun of it. But the problem is if you are in a family, oh boy, I couldn't make up my mind to let a paramount security interest holder drive right past me. He could have took me to the store. Maybe he forgot something and you have to turn around and come back. And I could have been riding in the car for a couple of blocks till I got to another area. Oh. So no, if I look like I'm in Antarctica, any place you go, you're going to find that the people are the same. They all got cold. So if your mind just goes to Antarctica, that's probably because you could see Antarctica, like Sarah Palin said, from your from your backyard. Okay, so full stop on that. I'll try to get on. I'm gonna go back in the house and try to get warm a little bit. I hate that I missed that guy because he generally goes the same way, and I probably could get a ride from him, but I'd be standing outside but waiting for him to come back. We're at that age whenever we go, it's usually not that long. He's probably on some kind of run or something. So I could stand out there and wait for him to come back and don't let him park and be like, hey, take me down the street. But by the time I did that, I could have walked down the street wherever I'm going. It isn't that far. But that's because I overtalk myself. So I'm an overthinker. And sometimes I hear a solution, but my brain always wants to come up with a better solution. Chances are pretty good. The solution that's in place is it works, so don't break it. So don't go in trying to change the solution. You're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. Okay, so just keep learning. It'll help you being called. All right, well, what's the sense of being called? And if you're not learning anything, oh, I'm called now. What do I do? Well, you want to go out here and being called, learn as much as you can, and when they need somebody to fix something or be part of something, they want to pick from the people who are called. That's all. Like personnel, they try to find the best person for the job. So they use call people or the people who they called in for an interview or something. See how that works? Okay, so we went over that yesterday. I'll probably say something like that again because I didn't get that many people to. Okay, bye now. All right, so I probably didn't reach everybody. So first things first, please subscribe to my channel. I'll subscribe to yours. When we keep doing that with each other, and eventually everybody will get up to 1,000 subscribers, and then you can turn the commercials on your channel. Make a couple dollars from them because it's not going to go away. Whatever platform starts up, eventually they get commercials. So I don't watch Go OnlyFans, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have some commercials in there. Okay, so love ya. See ya. Any questions? Any comments? Okay, love ya.